Are you tired of sitting on the sidelines watching opportunities pass you by? You know you have what it takes, but something's missing. It could be doubt, confidence, or fear that you're not representing your best self. Whatever it is, it stops now. It's time to align your passion with your purpose and seize the opportunities that await you. I want to see you get back in the game. So join me and my expert guests as we talk all things image, branding, and a bit of entrepreneurship. So if you're ready to gain insightful tips, tools, and strategies to help you amplify your presence and define your impact for greater success, sit with us as we talk about it. Hello, and welcome back to the Image Connection Show, where we talk all things branding, image, and a bit of entrepreneurship. I'm your host, Jenny Dewberry. I'm a certified international image consultant, brand strategist, speaker, and trainer. And today with me, I have my good friend, colleague, internationally certified image consultant as well, the Cherise B. Cherise is, as I said, an internationally certified image consultant. She helps women in leadership. She helps beauty pros to amplify their presence, to identify who they are, where they're going, and she helps them to shift in that space. And so help me in welcoming Cherise to the show. Welcome, Cherise.
Hi, Jenny. How are you? How's everyone?
So glad to have you here. I gave you a little brief introduction because there's so much that I can say about you, but we are going to talk that through the show. I
Yes.
have known you for how long? Over 30 years, if not
Over, well
more.
over 30.
Well over 30 years. So we kind of started this journey together in
Yeah.
our beauty industry roles, and
Yeah.
then went on to image consulting, where you actually introduced me to image consulting. So thank you for that gift
Yeah.
that I was so hesitant to enter, but it was the best decision that I could have made. So thank you for
Going
that. And
for it.
again, thank you for coming here, sitting with me today. And so as we sit here, let's talk a little bit about, again, what you do and who you serve. So I
Okay.
have, I know that you serve, as I mentioned, women in leadership,
Mhm.
beauty pros. You have a passion for helping beauty pros move from behind the chair into
Yeah.
something, I won't say, a bit more rewarding, I
Mhm.
guess, if that's what they're looking for, because as we know, the hair industry is very rewarding, the beauty industry in general. And I think that image consulting is a good segue. Beauty industry is a good segue into image consulting because,
Yeah.
it's involved.
Yes.
Image consulting encapsulates all of that. So
Yeah.
talk about your role and how you help women to do that.
Okay, great. First of all, let me say congratulations, Jenny, on this show. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. You're built for this. You're meant for this. I knew image consulting was all over you. So as a friend, I had to say, friend, that's you right there.
Yes, yes, yes,
So,
you did. It pushed me until I said yes.
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
then here you are soaring in it. So I love it. I love to see it. I'm going to support you in any way I can.
and
Uh,
do.
so, yeah, I started out in the beauty industry as a hairstylist. Went to college for a couple of years, and I've been styling people since I was younger. Went to college,
Hmm.
I was doing hair and styling people, styling their wardrobe, and they're going out places. And, realizing in college, like, you know what, this isn't quite for me. I think I'm gonna go to cosmetology school.
Hmm.
And, went and truly excelled there. That's where I met my girl Jenny. That's where I met
Yes,
our very best friends,
yes,
who it has passed along. And
yes.
we started our journey together, and we have
Hmm.
done well. We have owned salons. We have worked together as a unit and a team.
Yeah.
And I think I would say that is absolutely where I learned that it was more than hair.
Hmm.
I knew that I wanted to serve women, from the inside out, the whole woman. And I loved watching women evolve. I love watching women confident. And I have a story when I was younger in my aunt's salon right there in Dayton, Ohio.
Hmm.
I remember being in the salon young, and I watched a woman come in not feeling so well. And
Hmm.
I watched her sit in a chair, and I watched my aunt love on her and
Yeah.
serve her and fix her hair up. And at the end, that lady gave my aunt a handful of money, and I was like, "Wait, everybody's happy?"
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That boost
that
of
lady,
confidence.
yeah, a
Yeah.
boost. My aunt was happy, she was happy, and I knew then that's what I wanted to do,
Hmm.
right? Of course, I didn't know how to go about it, but life, lends itself and says, hey, this is where you are, this is what you're going to do. So
Yes.
college taught me. When I went to cosmetology school, it felt good. I
Hmm.
ate, went into the salon. We went into contemporary elegance,
Yes.
our
Yes, we
spot,
did.
and that's where I started that journey that was so much more than what I could have imagined.
I know. Yes.
Where working with some of the top stylists in the country, we didn't even know.
Stay in the country. Yes.
Yep, at that
Yes.
time, legendary women, and
Hmm.
learned so much so fast.
Yeah.
And then we went on to own our own salons, and we went on to expand ourselves into the image industry, and that is when I knew, like, oh, also this journey has a real message to it and a real meaning to it.
Mhm.
And I think our sisterhood, Jenny, is really what puts that stamp on everything for me, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
that longevity together.
Yeah, true friendships, true connections, and that is some of. We're gonna just talk about the salon a little bit because that is our first love, and for
Mhm.
me, it was a blessing. It was a way for me to take care of my family in the
Yes.
salon, but it also, the women that I served there,
Mhm, mhm.
high achieving women that I served there, it taught me. I was able to listen to conversations and have conversations with those women. And as I'm doing their hair, little did they know they were pouring into me. They were pouring into me. So I took those experiences that I had with those women. And when I transitioned into image consulting, I was able to reflect on the conversations that we had, the struggles that they had that they shared with me as their psychologist in the
Yes.
chair. And I'm able to apply those conversations and experiences to what we do today, right?
Yeah.
It helps us to understand we've
Mhm.
been there. It helps us to better serve the women that we serve.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
so it helps them to show up,
Yes.
confidently in
Yes.
whatever their role is. And you talk a lot about showing up,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
showing up with intentionality, showing up empowered as the
Mhm.
woman that not only that you are today, but the woman that you wish to be, the woman that you want to become, that
Mhm.
journey where none of us are exactly where we want to be,
Mhm.
whether we're evolving mentally, whether we're evolving career wise. We might be in the perfect career for us, but
Mhm.
still there's always room to grow. So
Yeah.
talk to me a bit about how you define showing up, what that concept is all about for you.
Yeah. So for me, Jenny, it's really about, not hiding in plain sight. A
Hmm.
lot of us, we hide and
Yeah.
not even realizing it. And we hide behind helping other people. We hide behind, showing up in places where that make us feel good and make us feel
Hmm.
valued, but yet we're not showing up for ourselves,
Yes.
right? So when
Yeah.
I mention that showing up, it's extremely important because I mean showing up for you. Because if
Cool.
you show up for you, everyone else is going to get the residual.
That's right.
And that's
That's
what I
right.
really want people to understand. Show up for you first. I know that
Mhm.
sounds selfish. I know that's not what we were taught to do.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, but what's the story on the airplane? You give yourself the oxygen mask first so that you
Yes.
can care for everyone else. Well, we have to really truly learn to adapt that concept because that is the truth of the matter. You can't lose yourself showing up for everyone
Hmm.
else,
That's
right?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. And so, I'm sorry, how to leave this. So showing up for ourselves, and you talk about the abundance,
Mhm.
activating our abundance, and I think that is connected to showing up, like you said, not just for ourselves first, but
Mhm,
how do
mhm.
we, in doing that, activating the abundance that comes with that, because there's power in showing up for ourselves first, because
Mhm.
if we do that, like you said, the residuals, the people that are on the outside looking in, they're going to want to know more about us. They're going to want to know, oh my gosh, she has this air of, not air, but she has this sense of confidence about herself. You
Mhm.
know, how can I get to know her? Or maybe that woman or that person is lacking in that area and they want to know her and to see how she can, how they could benefit from whatever it is that she's benefited from. And so activating your abundance, I know you have that 21-day challenge that
Mhm.
you helped glow up the women, so to speak. So
Yeah.
you talk a
Yeah.
little bit about that. You're more versed on what that is. So talk a little bit about your challenge and what it means to show up in abundance.
Yeah, so that started in a place where I felt like I wasn't showing up at all for myself. Just
Mhm.
a place I think all women can relate to when you're
Yeah.
down and out, going through it. Life is
Mhm.
lifing,
Yes.
and you don't even have the energy to show up.
Mhm.
You don't have the confidence, you don't have it doesn't feel like you have anything else left
Mhm.
in you, right?
Yeah.
At the same time, I have to figure out how to show up,
Yes.
right?
Yes. You have to.
You gotta
It's a
figure
must. It's a
it out.
must.
Yep, it's a must. And especially as a beauty professional, we were servicing people's crowns,
Yeah.
their heads,
Absolutely.
And as I
Yeah.
learned more about the energy um, of energy shifting and energy transferring, I
Mhm.
realized, wait a minute now,
Yeah.
hold on. I'm feeling away while I'm serving this woman. I've got to protect her from this energy I'm feeling, because
That's
guess what?
right.
He's coming in here feeling away too.
Yeah.
So, and let me explain that, just in layman's terms,
Mhm.
meaning
Please.
as the leader of that salon, as the leader of that space, as that
Mhm.
person that they're coming to pour themselves out to, that's not a moment for you to compare energies and compare what you're going through at the same time.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
It's a
Your
moment
job is to shift that energy,
to
right?
shift the
Yeah.
energy,
We have to put
not the direction.
our energy, that low energy, if it's not, it's a negative energy, we have to put that on the
Yep.
shelf rather. And I say, it, some people don't really agree with this, but I believe that we have to get on stage. Every day we have to get on stage. We can't go out because we've had something that impacts our lives personally. You have to know how to, like I said, put that to the side and go down stage and perform
Yeah.
in the manner that you're
Yeah.
expected to perform so that people
Yeah.
can benefit from what you're truly there to do.
Yeah, 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 and that's what I
Mhm.
call showing up in abundance, but, it
Yeah.
takes work. It takes
Oh, yeah.
work because, you may not have been taught. I wasn't taught the maturity of, I knew to a degree, I didn't know the work that needed to go into it. I knew I needed to be
Mhm.
positive. I knew I needed to take care of people. I didn't understand that I needed to put a certain work into myself so that I could sustain that for all
That's
these
so
women
true.
who are coming in all day, every day,
Yeah.
pouring their, problems on me,
Mhm.
right? I had to truly be able to sustain, what they were giving me and then go back and deal with myself and what I was going through.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. To
Right.
to wreck to get that out of me, release that
Mhm.
so that I could get ready for the next day, because guess what? It was gonna happen again.
Yeah.
So I had to
We don't
figure out how
know.
to get myself through, get myself
Yeah.
strong, get myself prepared for what I might hear. Because what I learned, a lot of what I was hearing was way worse than what I was going through, Jenny.
All the time. We're reminded of that all the time. Someone else's situation is so
Yes,
much worse than what
yes,
ours is. They're going through,
yes,
so their load is so much heavier than what ours is. So we have to be
yeah,
mindful of that. And that
yeah,
really kind of speaks to when we talk about preparing ourselves for the day, getting out here in the world and serving these people,
yeah.
our own self-image and what
Mhm.
we're going through on the inside, how we can learn how to compartmentalize our situations. There's a space in our head for everything that we're going through, right? And we need to put that situation in this space. We need to put that situation into another space so that we can be whole, you know.
Yes,
And when
yes.
we're busy being whole and busy serving in the capacity that we're designed to
Mhm.
serve, when we've been put in this place, this
Yeah.
gift, and been given this gift, we have to, you know, do it right.
Yeah,
We have to make sure
absolutely.
that we are pouring into people positivity. And
Mhm.
so when we are talking about the women in leadership, or the women that we serve, entrepreneurship, beauty pros, women in leadership, they come a lot of times, though they are experts in what they do, they are phenomenal in what they do. They come with a lot of um, uncertainty,
Mhm.
sometimes a little low confidence, because
Yeah,
they've gotten lost. They've gotten lost. They don't know who they are anymore. They
yeah,
look in the mirror, and I say it all the time, and they don't know who's looking back at them.
yeah.
How does living in abundance or activating that abundance connect to, you know, image in
Mhm.
general, not just, the aesthetics, not the physical, but
Mhm.
the inner image? And I know that you're big on mindset, you're big on the tapping and all of
Mhm.
those things that you
Yeah.
do. How
Mhm.
can you, what can you share with a woman that might be struggling with um, a myriad of things to
Mhm.
help them kind of separate
Mhm.
and
Well,
compartmentalize?
yes. So it's all about self-identity.
Mm-hmm.
And people see all these things now that social media is popular. All these podcasts and everything. These words are buzzwords, right?
Yes.
Self-identity, self-concept, find yourself, all that. But let me be clear. Who you see yourself as, how you value yourself,
Yes.
how you feel about yourself is everything. Okay?
Everything.
It's everything.
Mm-hmm.
And think I don't think that we were ever truly taught how important that was, because we were always taught that your validation is in what you can do for someone else.
That's right. Yeah.
Right?
Agree.
So
Mm-hmm.
how that shows up is, Jenny, that shows up in, oh, I'm belittling myself. I'm going to fade into the background. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to do the things that make sure that I'm not in the forefront. I'm going to do the things that make other people look better. I'm going to
Yeah.
do the things don't that don't put me in the spotlight. We
Yeah.
continue to hide because we don't know who we are. That's
That's
why I'm
right.
super huge on being getting into alignment with your assignment in this
Mm-hmm.
universe. God has gave you an assignment,
Yeah.
right? You
Mm-hmm.
have to align with that assignment.
Yeah.
In the minute that you do, which I feel so blessed, I feel that you and I both, were truly blessed early on to get
Mm-hmm.
in alignment with our assignments. Now, of course, this thing is going to unfold and evolve and all that. But
Yeah.
early on, we knew that beauty and image was our space, and we stuck
Yes.
with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We stuck
For
with it.
sure. Yeah, I worked in corporate before I got into beauty.
Mhm.
And it was just a job. It wasn't a passion. I think something in me has always, because my mom used to talk to us about, what it
Mhm.
meant to be a lady,
Mhm.
what it meant to, have manners and to be mindful of those things.
Mhm.
And just, I think growing up and watching TV and watching all the beautiful women that I was able to watch on TV, and then the beautiful Black women that came along, it was something in me that always wanted, first, to be like that person, and
Yeah.
two, to be able to help others to have that confidence and exude that beauty
Mhm.
that I was seeing on TV. So it was just natural for me to go from corporate into the beauty industry. And then it was a way for me also to have freedom,
Yes.
freedom for my children to be able to spend the time that I needed to spend with my children, but yet still make a good living in order
Mhm.
to provide for them.
Yeah.
And so that is the beauty of, this image consulting. It's a beauty of entrepreneurship, that freedom of time. It's a gift. It's a gift that not everyone
Mhm.
have been privy to, been able to get. And so we've talked about, the identity shift, and we've talked about your activate abundance. Let's talk
Mhm.
about a little bit about some of the things that you do, the show up, the glow up.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Yeah, in the Activate Your Abundance, it's a
yeah.
self-identity shift. It's a 21-day self-identity shift.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, yes, there's a glow up, but there's always a continuation to
Yes,
things.
always.
But within those 21 days, we start with shifting how you think and how you see yourself, how you value yourself. So funny. I have a lot of women who've gone through the challenge with me for years. And every time they go through it, Jenny, they get something different.
Yeah.
Because we are evolving, right?
That's true. And the
And
mindset.
yes, how you look.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All the things in every area.
Yeah.
So we in the shift, and hear me, it's a self-identity shift, which the goal is to shift you in every way, right? And mainly how you see yourself, feel about yourself, and value yourself each and every time after you've gone through even more experiences in business and life, because you can't keep seeing yourself the same.
That's right. Yeah.
Especially as a leader, as an influencer, as a thought leader, you have to evolve at a different pace than average.
Yeah.
Because we're out here to lead people in how they see themselves, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So when women are in your, not just in your challenge, but when you're speaking with them and working with them on a one-on-one group, however you conduct your business, what are some of the things that maybe you would lend to them in helping them to get out of that loop of identity, staying the same? Some people are resistant. They come to you for help, or they come to us for help, but they're still resistant because of some of their belief systems, and what we were brought up in, what we were taught, the values that were poured into us. Sometimes we outgrow that. It doesn't serve us as adults. So it's kind of difficult for us to kind of get out of that loop.
Yeah.
What would you say to one that, this really resisting what you're trying to pour into them, or what you're pouring into them, but it just seems like that they just won't embrace it?
Yeah. Number one, I would say, give yourself permission to get out of the loop, get out of the matrix. And one way to do that is get around people who will tell you the truth.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Number one, Jenny, you are my friend because I know you're going to tell me the truth.
And vice versa.
Yeah. And like my image is a little more edgy, right? So it's times when I call Jenny, like, Jenny, is that okay to post? We have goals. We have some goals that we're trying to, with organizations and affiliations and things like that. And I'm always like, Jenny, what do you think? Am I okay with this? And you'll say yes, or how about this tweet? And I only affiliate myself with people who will tell me the truth. I would rather you tell me the truth than leave me out looking bad.
Yes.
You think your self-esteem is bad, or the way you feel about yourself is bad over here by yourself. Wait till you do something that don't make sense, and the world
are looking at you.
Right.
Yes.
So that's number one. People are going to hold you accountable.
Yeah. And that's number one for us when we're working with clients. Our job is to tell the hard truth. They may not like it, but most times they come back once they understand where we're coming from. They come back and they're thankful for it. I was a little upset when you said that, or I didn't want to get rid of this, or I didn't think about it this way. But our jobs as professional image consultants is to tell the truth. Just put it out there, tell the truth. And we're going to work through that, whether the client embraces it at that moment or not. But if we are doing the job that we're supposed to do, eventually they will understand and they will come around. We can't force them to do anything, but our job is to inform them, right? With the truth all the time. So talk about how, if someone wanted to get in touch with you, how could they reach you, get in touch with you, work with you? And also I want you to talk about your book.
Okay. So I will say you can contact me anywhere you want at either Cherise B or Show Up with Cherise B. Okay.
Gotcha.
Keep it pretty simple. Show Up with Cherise B, because I'm all about showing up. Okay. Yeah. And I'll talk about my book, The Feeling Good as Hell Formula. And that book came from pain. That book came from the days when I really didn't feel like I had it in me to show up, but I had to show up for these women.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I had to show up as my best self, as the best version of me. And I
Mm-hmm.
didn't feel like I was, but when I realized that what they got from me was enough, all they needed was to walk into that salon with the right music playing, smelling good, feeling comfortable, feeling at
Mm-hmm.
home, knowing that whatever they said in that salon was the vault. I was
Yes.
the whatever you said here, it could be trusted and would not leave this room or
Yeah,
this space.
that's right.
And trust is so important.
Yeah,
When you enter a business like this, image and beauty, people have to be able to trust you.
they do, because they are divulging all of their personal information to you, willingly or not. Because as we are effective listeners, as
Yeah.
we see beyond what they want us to see sometimes, or what they even think we can see,
Mhm.
we pull from those things. We're trained to do that, and so we still, and whether or not they give this information willingly, it's still our jobs to protect it, to
Yes.
protect every moment that they spend with us. And that is a part of our brand, when we can, when we're protecting and when we are serving them and they feel like they're in a safe space,
Mhm.
that is beneficial to us,
Oh yeah.
and it's our brand. Our brand is, when they leave there, they know that I can go back here and talk to Cherise. I can go back here and talk to Jenny or work with Jenny. As a matter of fact, I trust them so much, I'm going to tell my girlfriend about them, because I know that this is not just work. This
Yeah.
is personal. We make it personal for them, and we become, if not friends, friend like. They feel like they have a friend in us and a confidant in us in
Yeah.
our work. I mean, it's just necessary. And
Yeah.
one more thing, you talked about when you were going through and feeling like you didn't have the energy to do the things that you needed to do, which is why you came up with, created your book. But
Mhm.
isn't it amazing that as we grow and as we evolve, when we get that knowledge, when we pour into ourselves,
Yeah.
how it doesn't matter what happened 10 minutes ago, it's gone, it's behind me. I'm still going to show up as who I am right here, right now, today. I'm still going to
Mhm.
show up empowered, confident, ready to give you what it is you came for me, came to get from me. I
Mhm.
don't have a conversation for you about what happened last week. We're not
Yep.
talking about what happened 5 minutes ago. My time is here with you. This is your time. I'm serving you. So, what do you want me to know about you? That's
Yeah.
how we have
Yeah.
to talk to our clients, and the
Yeah.
people that we serve or want to work with us. They have to know that this is it. You know,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
you've given us so much information. And so we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll
Okay.
come back and we'll continue the conversation.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
You're not just building a career, you're building a reputation and that of your business. At People Power Consultancy, we coach ambitious professionals to refine their image and shape a personal brand that opens doors. Because the way you show up is your message. If you're tired of blending in, second-guessing your presence, or feeling unseen, this is your moment to stand out with purpose and polish. Visit peoplepowerconsultancy.com to start your transformation. Your next level has a look. Let's define it.
All right. And we're back.
All
Let's
right.
pick up where we stopped off, where we stopped at. We were talking about, well, I mentioned, branding, and how when our clients, we're branding ourselves every time we work with our clients, because it is the experience. And you
Yeah.
talk a lot about, brand asset,
Mhm.
having your, like, branding as your most influential asset. Can
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
talk a little bit about that and how that looks in practice, in our day to day?
Yeah, I believe that your name, image, and likeness is your brand. I believe that
Hmm.
you are your brand. Okay. We
Absolutely.
may know that. We may know that uh on surface, but
Yes.
what that looks like is, you know, finally, finally believing and embodying who you say you are.
Hmm.
Okay. Because a lot of us go through these programs and we go through these exercises and we get branded. right? We get these logos, we get these colors and this amazing
Mhm.
website, okay? And these amazing words to go on the website. But is that truly you? Is that really who you are? So when you show up and you meet people in person and you meet people really where they are they truly meeting the person
Yes.
behind the website,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And that, what that means is you have to have the ability, you truly have to stop hiding. You truly have to learn to show up in a way that shows people who you are. I was just telling a quick story, Jenny. I was telling a story to a group of women about the importance of being able to read a room.
Mm.
So
Oh,
you
yeah.
may be called to say, hey, I want you to talk about this, right?
Right.
But you have to be discerning enough as a professional and a seasoned businesswoman, especially in this image and branding industry. You have to have the discernment to show up and read that room. You have
Mhm.
to understand, what do these people need to hear?
Yes.
Do these people need to hear it this way or that way? Or is that even the message? And to be transparent enough and confident enough to shift. I
Yes.
believe in a shift. I believe in a swift shift. Like,
Yes.
you know what? I read the room. I talked to a few of you. I got an opportunity to, introduce myself to a few, and I realized
Mhm.
I have a different word for you. I know
Yeah,
what you need to hear
for
today.
sure.
So
You
how
have
many
to know
people?
who your audience is.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
How many people mind if we take a shift today?
Yeah.
If you can trust my discernment and trust that I have a word for you coming
Mhm.
directly from source that I know
Yeah.
you need to hear,
That's good.
right?
That's good. Yeah.
It's spiritual. This business, when you move into your ministry work, when you move into the work that you are called to do, the
Mhm.
assignment that you are called to,
Yeah.
you will have downloads in the moment that you have to have the confidence to shift in.
That's right. That's right. Because it's always a an assignment. What we plan. We always say what we plan, God unplans. Well, that happens in business as well. That happens in speaking as well. I mean, of course, we prepare for what we're
Mhm.
going to say when we're speaking to groups or what have you. But again, if you are not clear on who's in that room and you come in giving a speech or a talk that's totally off topic or off what off of aside from what these women really need or these people really need,
Mhm.
then you're doing yourself a disservice, a
Yourself
great
and
disservice. Yeah,
Mhm.
and them as well. So yeah, having a shift or knowing how to do that shift, and we're not talking about rewording the entire message, but you have to have a message that's going to connect
Yeah,
with who's there listening to you.
absolutely. The
Yeah.
connection is everything. I
Yeah.
believe the connection is everything. If we, sometimes we have our our spiritual moments and our emotional moments, when we're speaking to a group of women or anyone, but
Mhm.
that's connection.
Yeah.
Understand that if they feel you in a moment that you've been through and you're able to articulate that story and they feel you,
Mhm.
you just made a connection. It's not about perfection in that moment.
Right.
It's about connection.
Connection and authenticity, being
Yes.
authentic. And I always say that once you have identified who you are,
Yeah.
truly identify who you are, it's
Yeah.
impossible to leave that person behind. They're going to go with you everywhere you go. She's going to be in every room that you enter. And then some people
Yeah.
don't understand that because you'll go back to a place or go back to old places and people that are used to seeing you in a different way,
Yeah.
and then this newly identified person, I would not, this person that the real you,
Mhm,
for lack of a
mhm,
better word,
mhm.
you go into the room as who you've discovered you are from your core,
That's
and it's
good.
misinterpreted. People think, oh my gosh, they've changed. They think they're
Mhm.
better. They're not the same. Well, no, I'm not the same.
Yeah.
The idea is to grow. You know what I mean? To grow and
Exactly.
feel good about who I am and not try to keep up with the expectations of the world, but keep
Yes,
up
Judy.
to satisfy the expectations that I have for myself and the
Yeah.
expectations that I have been gifted with. God
Yeah.
gives us many, many gifts. And sometimes we are so busy that we
Yeah.
can't hear it. We don't
Yeah.
know what those gifts are, but let me
Yeah.
tell you, I've discovered all of the gifts, I think.
Mhm.
Not all of them, but I've discovered a great deal, and I have decided that I'm going to use those gifts because if
Oh,
we don't use them, he'll take them away from us. So
absolutely,
we better
absolutely.
use these gifts, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
I just say that to say that we lose people sometimes when we evolve. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they're there, but they may not serve you
Yeah.
where you are today. They may not fit where you are today. Doesn't mean that, you know, you think you're better, that you
Mm-hmm.
don't care about them anymore. But those
Mm-hmm.
friends and those people and places are in a place for us to visit, but not
Yeah.
for us to linger in, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. I pray, our a friendship like ours over all women because we
Mhm.
have literally watched ourselves evolve. And we're
I
studying
know. It
each
has
other
been
all
amazing. Yes, it has been amazing watching you, watching our friend
yeah,
Danetta when she was here with us
yeah,
evolve. And it's
yes,
just beautiful to watch from young girls to true
yes,
women. And I'm just going to use the word, and I don't even use this word, but bosses. You know, I mean, we know who we are, we know what we can do, and we know that the world
absolutely.
needs what we have. You know, we
Yeah,
know that.
yeah,
And so we're not sitting on the sidelines anymore. We're getting out here and we're doing it. And who's meant for us is coming to us. And that's a beautiful
absolutely.
thing
Yeah,
when we can be next to each other and do this life together. You know,
yeah,
it's beautiful.
exactly.
It really
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
I want to make mention as well, Jenny. Funny thing, how our friendship has gone full circle.
Mhm.
I introduced Jenny to the image consulting, and Jenny just got in here and soared with it. And Jenny introduced me to getting an international certification, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So that is why it's so important, ladies and gentlemen, to hang in there with your people and be along the ride for the evolution because you're going to learn from each other. You're
Yeah.
going to teach each other, and you're going to be powerhouses together. You cannot do this
Together.
alone.
Yeah.
You can
Cherise
only
will go out. You'll go out, you'll learn some. Oh, Jenny, I learned something this week and I need to tell you about it. And vice versa. That's
yes,
just how it is. We
yes,
uplift each other. And it's
yes,
good to have someone that you can lean on
yes,
for not
yes,
just for support in general, in totality. You know, I know
yeah,
if I can't do this, then Cherise can do it. And if I need some information, then Cherise has it, and
yeah,
vice versa. And we're not holding that information, and
yeah,
keeping it to ourselves.
exactly,
You know, we can
exactly.
share, you can share it with the world because it's
Yeah.
going to hit differently. That person is going to do it differently. That person is going to speak on it differently. So whatever it is, it just really, when I first started this journey of image consulting, it amazed me how so many people don't want to share information, or
Oh
if
my
they, I mean,
goodness.
if it's a 5-minute talk, they want to charge you thousands and thousands of dollars, and that's your price. But
Yeah.
what's wrong with getting someone that's starting off a little bit of
Mhm.
mentoring,
Yeah.
just a little bit of what because they're going to take that and they're going to spend it and they're going to make it work for them and they're going to craft
Yeah.
it in a
Yeah.
way that only they can craft it and they're going to
Do
teach
it.
it and give
Yeah.
it in their own way. So it's enough out here, and it's been a word for everyone. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
what you do, it doesn't matter what I do. It's not
Yeah.
competition. It's
Yeah.
growth and support, and trailblazing.
Yeah. And if
Yeah.
we have the time, Jenny, I would love to speak a little bit about our different journeys out of
Mhm.
the beauty, out of the chair, from behind the
Yes,
chair.
I was going to ask you that. Yes, please
Yeah.
do.
So for me, I absolutely adore Jenny's transition out of the chair. Mine wasn't as smooth. I love how Jenny smoothed out of that chair, smoothed into
Mhm.
fashion
Yes.
and image. And here she is, ladies and gentlemen. I love that for her, right?
Thank you.
I myself, I was behind that chair for a bit longer, and I still do hair. Let me be clear. I have my clients that I see,
It
and
won't let you go.
yes, yes, and I teeter with it because I'm really good at it, and
Yeah.
it's hard to completely let go of the people that you have
Mhm.
relationships with, and
Yeah.
just something that you're good at. Aunt Jenny was good too. Now, let me be clear.
Thank you. Thank you.
One of the best ever.
Appreciate that.
So I entered a space of burnout. And for me, it was a really rocky transition. where I was finding myself in the middle of needing to make money and survive and know that I was called to more. But also, let's not devalue how important that chair was to my entire career. How I would have never known this image and business and branding without hair in the hood. Okay, let's all the way.
Oh yeah.
And I had to learn after my burnout. I had to retrain my mind and be mindful of these words. We're in a space of relearning, unlearning, relearning. Okay, we're transforming our minds and our identity. So you have to give yourself permission to do that. Some of the things that we learned before, they're just outdated and they don't resonate with us. They don't belong with us in the space that we're in today. So we have to also give ourselves permission for that. But my transition was rocky. I was literally trying to refine myself. That's why when Jenny was introducing me to the international image consulting, I was still over here trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with this hair stuff, because I don't know with this whole big salon and these people and all this life transition that's happening to me, all this lifing for me. But the one thing I did do was I held on to what I knew. I held on to what my assignment was. And my assignment was, I know for sure, was to these women. And holding their hands and transitioning them through the things that I was literally going through in the moment. So I hope that the audience can hear and understand your transition is you don't know what it is. It may look similar to someone else's, it may not, but we're all in a sisterhood. And that's why we all need each other so much, because of your story and because of my story and because of Rebecca's story and Fariel's story and everybody's story that we have been connected with. Danetta's story. We're always connected to her, right? She taught us a lot.
She did. She did. I have it right here. Yes,
I can't imagine where she would be right now with us being here. Like, she would be right here with us.
Right here with us. Yes.
In the midst of it. So you have to really honor this journey. You have to honor this journey.
You do. And the myth that people end up in this place just by happenstance. Everything that we have gone through in our lives has been preparing us for moments like this, moments like where we stand in our careers, good, bad, ugly, whatever it is. It was preparing us for this. And so sometimes we're called to just sit down, and sometimes we're shaken up to where we have to sit down and we have to rethink some things, because we might get way off track sometimes. But all of that, if we look over it, we've taken bits and pieces of those experiences and we apply it to where we are today. Right. So, life's experiences are, it's always a good thing. It may not be good when you're going through it. It might be ugly when you're going through it. But when you take good from that, because it's always good, and whatever we're going through, there's always something good that we can take from that, and apply it to make our future lives or our future selves better.
You have to see it in abundance. You are abundance. Everything, you have a choice. You either see it in lack or you either see it in abundance. And however you see it is what you're going to get out of life.
That's right. That's so true. So true. Let's talk about that. I like that.
Okay.
Lack. If we see ourselves in lack, if we see ourselves living as we want to live, then again, that's what we get. Greg said, this is a great conversation. Thank you, Greg. But yes, so when we, like we've mentioned, what we think we are, we become. What we think is. We can think, if we think we're beautiful, then we are. If we think we're the opposite, then we are that. Regardless to what anyone else thinks, it's the things that we tell ourselves about ourselves that shapes our path, that shape our mindset and our thoughts about each other. I mean, about ourselves. And so when we are thinking in abundance and seeing ourselves in that space of abundance, seeing ourselves reaching higher heights, seeing ourselves living the lifestyle that we want to live, seeing ourselves successful, and whatever that success looks like, because it looks different for every individual.
Yeah.
If we can operate in that space and not look at the glass half full, it makes such a huge difference.
Yeah.
If we are living as woe is I, we'll never ever have the things that we desire, because we have what we desire, or that woe is I mindset is bigger.
Yeah.
We made it bigger than achieving the lifestyles that we want to achieve simply by the way that we think, right? So you have to learn, teach yourself how to get out of that headspace. And what would you say? Because I know what I do when I'm getting in a place to where, we're human, so we're going to have those moments, those self-defeating thoughts or self-doubt. What will you tell someone that's listening when could be someone in that moment right now? How do you shift that quickly? How do you get out of that headspace quickly? For me, it's just a 1, 2, 3, think of something or turn on some happy music. And amazingly, my thoughts are back to where they're supposed to be. It takes me into a happy place. And then I'm back at it. What would you say a person can do to shift from that space of doubt or self-sabotaging talk?
Okay, so realistically, I want to speak on the fact that, okay, you can do that, Jenny. You can do the 1, 2, 3, right? And you can get to where you need to be in the moment.
Right.
But realistically, when you go to bed at night and then you start rehashing the lack and the negative, and then you don't think and remember to go into that 1, 2, 3, because those aren't the habits, right? The habit, you have to create the habit of going to sleep intentionally so that you wake up intentionally.
Yes.
So that you learn throughout the day to live intentionally instead of having to do the 1, 2, 3 so many times, and you get tired of it.
You do. You can. Yeah.
So repetition is everything. We have to go back to the basics, right? That is where the book The Feeling Good as Hell came from, because in the moment, and I'm getting these gut wrenches of hurt and pain in my belly, and I'm over a client's head and trying to speak into them, but I'm about to bust out crying. It's the repetition that saved me and was, able to allow me to be able to maintain that space of true positivity, not fake positivity, because I need this to be real.
Be real. So it is not even a thought. It becomes a part of who you are.
It becomes
a part of practicing. It is you. It's a part of who you are. Outside, we talked about your book, Feeling Good as Hell, and you can get it on Amazon and wherever books are sold. Also, is there another resource, another book maybe that you have read that has really impacted you and your journey that you can share? A title, not to put you on the spot or anything, but a title that you can share that could help someone. Maybe they can go pick it up today and get some benefit from.
The Game of Life and How to Play It. Go get that book.
There it is.
Plain and simple. And it will change everything, especially where you are right now today. You are ready. If you're listening to this interview right here, you are ready for that book. If you've listened to it before, that's fine. Listen to it again, please. And get it on audio. A lot of us don't have time. I do not read, unfortunately. I listen. I'm an audible person. I listen. So I keep that book. And my girlfriend Stephanie introduced me to that a long time ago. And over the years, when I go back to it multiple times, I'm like, it's like I never read it before. Did I freeze a little bit? It looked like I froze a little bit.
You did. It's okay. Keep talking. We can hear you.
Okay, cool. Okay, good. I don't know what this computer is doing, Jenny. It just went dark. And okay, but either way, I'm still
it's all
here.
Good.
The book is a game
the
changer.
joys and the beauty of life.
Yes, exactly. But yes, it's just like the more you evolve, the more you need to read it, because the game of life and how to play it is a secret to everything. This is a true game. And you have to learn how to play it. Make this thing fun. And let's have fun figuring it out together.
Yeah. The game of life and how to play it. And it is a good book. It's a real good. I have one that I have recently started reading. It's called the OZ Principles. That's a good one too. And it teaches us about accountability, how to, because we always want to blame someone else or for the situations that we're in or the situations that we find ourselves in. And I think that my most recent read is that one. It's a really good one for others to read as well. So get that one too. Good. It's called the OZ Principles, and I don't have it in here, so I don't know but just look it up on Amazon. That's where I got it. That's a great book too. All right, my friend. This has been good, Cherise. This has been good. Again, I'm so happy. Cherise is not in the same city as I. We're in two different cities, but hey, we link and we click, and it's always a good time. If you want to, again, contact Cherise and want to know how to work with her, you can get in touch with her at her email. It's going to be reinventme.cheriseb@gmail.com. You can find her on Instagram at showupwithcheriseb. And what's your LinkedIn handle, Cherise?
Cherise B.
Cherise B on LinkedIn. Just Cherise B on LinkedIn. And again, thank you for coming on and sharing all your expertise, your insight, and really talking to us about how to show up in abundance and embrace ourselves and just show up fully. So appreciate that. And if you want to learn more about what I do, my name is Jenny Dewberry. You can contact me or find me on LinkedIn, Jenny Dewberry. You can find me on Instagram, Jenny D_People Power, or you can visit my website at peoplepowerconsultancy.com. And if you want to donate to this podcast to keep it going, you can just give a donation to the $$ Image Inside Out and the Image Connection Show on PayPal. Thank you so
good. We need that link. We got to get this link out to the world.
It's to the world. It's there at the bottom. But yes, we need to get it out to the world. Yes, because we want to keep this going. And as it goes and flows, it's just only going to get better. Thank you, everyone, for listening and sitting in with us. And remember that you are your biggest asset, your brand asset. So join us next week. Tell a friend. We're here every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Have a great day.
Thanks for tuning in to the Image Connection Show. We truly appreciate you being here. We hope you'll join us again. And don't keep it to yourself. Invite a friend to tune in too. If you're ready for more insightful tips, tools, and strategies to help you enhance your image, brand, and help you on your entrepreneurial journey, this is where you want to be. Until next time, keep showing up with purpose, presence, and power. I'll see you next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Take care.